What's up everybody, Philip Burgess here, and today I'm going to show you also how to do peppers. It's just another way. If you see my method of doing tomatoes, you can do them that way too, but if you're going to do them in bulk and you're going to do a lot, you might want to do them this way. You might want to do them in these pods. In these pods, it's just so much easier because you can do a ton of them in bulk, and you can do different kinds all at once. So you could do 20 of a certain pepper, 20 of another pepper, and so forth. And then when they get to the age where you can transplant them, you just pop them out, and then you just put them into bigger pots, and it's so much more convenient than doing it the way that I did tomatoes. If you're doing a lot of them, because you have to use a lot of those Rockwell little pods, and that can get pretty expensive. But if you want to do it that way, go ahead and do it that way. I'm not telling you can do it anyway. Which way to do it is right or wrong. There's tons of different ways of planting pretty much anything. So I'm going to show you how to plant them in these. I bought these off of Amazon too. They sell really thin ones. You want to get ones that are pretty durable, so you can smack them and they're not gonna do much, because you want something to be able to handle the weight of the dirt and everything in there. So I'm going to show you how to use this. And what you'll also need is you'll need a tray, one of these trays. I use two of them because these are flimsier trays. They also sell heavier ones. So I'm probably going to end up getting some heavier trays sometime this year. So the peppers we are going to use today are, these are peppers that I've had and over the years, and I'm going to use one of these green peppers. This one is from it says sell by 12 of 2013. So I've had this for about 6 years. We'll see if it grows. I guarantee it's going to grow. I have some habaneros left over from last year, which this packet says sell by 2017, and it's 2019, so those are going to grow too. And I got some not habaneros, but some jalapeno, and I got a little bit of red peppers, leftover red peppers. There's only a few in there. And then I also have some sweet peppers that I picked up from last year. So I will show you what we have to do for this. I have my mixture of peat that it's like a peat soil mixture with a little bit of vermiculite to kind of help for like drainage and everything like that I use. So let's get on into it. All right, so what we want to do is I have my bin of my peat and like potting mixture. So we're just with this mixture, you want it to be wet, but you also you want to be able to kind of get a little ball out of it when you kind of when you kind of crush it in your hand. But you don't want it too wet to where it's almost like a mud. You gotta find that in between, and you don't want it too dry. So what I do is I just basically just kind of just put a bunch of it in there and let some of it run out. Basically kind of, we'll flip it around, make sure we get all the pods filled. And whatever pods, I don't fill up with peppers, I'm gonna fill it up with something else, because why waste the pods? And I'll label them. We'll label all this too, just so we make sure we have everything. All right, so That's your pods. All right, now that we have our pods, we want to compress this. And so I gotta wash my hands up because they're just complete powders. Not gonna be able to work, right? All right, so now we want to compress this. So we grab another one of these trays and we set it on top, and we're just gonna lightly tap it, and that's gonna compress all the soil or peat or whatever mixture that you use. That's just gonna push everything down. Okay, so now we got that. And so you're gonna get little marks in here, which is fine, you know, that's fine. We don't care about that. And you can put ones that don't have enough soil in it, you can go back over it, and which I see I'll have to do for a couple of them, and then you can start putting your seeds in. All right, now before we get planting, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have a nice clean edge. Just take a towel and we want to wipe one of these edges off. You can actually wipe them all off if you want, it doesn't matter. If you want to get clean on it, and these dirty edges are kind of bothering me. So, but anyways, all right. So now that those are cleaned off, what we want to do is we want to take some tape, and we want to go down the long side with some tape, because once we put the seeds in, we're gonna forget what was there. So we want to make sure we got something that we can write on. So painter's tape really comes in handy. All right, so now that we have that there, now as you're going along planting, you can take a pen, and once you do like two to three rows, you can section that row off, and you can say, okay, well, that's going to be peppers. And then you can go, you know, do three to four more rows. Okay, those are going to be my habaneros. And you want to label them as you're going, because that way when you go to transplant later, you know what's what. So that's the system I do. It works out very well. I didn't do that one year, and I did a whole bunch of tomatoes, and they were just everywhere. I couldn't remember what was what, and I was like, I should have labeled. Always label. All right, so now let's get our peppers going. So we're gonna grab our peppers, and we're gonna open them up. And I found a couple more peppers. I got a couple more, I got a carnival blend that I'm gonna throw some in there. And so I'm gonna do these ones pretty fast, because these are gonna be the green peppers. So you can put these in with with your fingers, or you can use a pen, dab a little water on the pen, and you just plop them in. But these are kind of big, so I can pretty much go through and drop, one or two of these in each one, and I'll be okay. It's just when you get to the really small seeds, some of the tomato seeds are kind of small that you do. So just plop these in and try to do about 3 or 4 rows of the green peppers, because I like to do a bunch of them because of my neighbors and stuff. I give a lot of plants away to my neighbors because they help me out and stuff, and so I in return give them some plants for their garden, and they're happy about that. I think let's try to do 3 more rows. Let's look in my bundle of goodies here. I know I got another thing of peppers. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So we're gonna grab some more peppers, and we're gonna do, so that got about 2.5 rows. We'll do 5 rows. 5 rows of peppers, that's a lot of peppers. Press all those in. Now let's label it. So we did 4 rows. We did 4 rows. We'll label it. We'll kind of put a line right here, and then we make sure we mark it and say green peppers. And For some reason, I can't spell green today. All right, so now that we have our tray of seeds, I don't know if you can see that or not, but we're not just gonna put soil over them. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some vermiculite, and we're just gonna do a fine layer of vermiculite over them. So you can vermiculite. I got a little bag of burpee vermiculite. You can get other different brands. It's all the same. So I just take some and I just kind of sprinkle it across over it. Okay. Now we'll take this over to we'll just give it a little shake, a little tap. There we go. Everything's settled. All right, so now we'll take this over to our heating pad. All right, so we're gonna bring our tray over to our heat pad, and I have a heat pad laying here, and it's plugged in. Set this on the heat pad. Well, actually, no, we're not gonna set it on the heat pad yet. What we have to do is we have to take out the seed tray. Well, let's set it up here for right now, but we have to fill this tray up with water. All right. And we have a little bit of spillage, but since we're working with water, people, always make sure you have all of your stuff plugged into a GFI, because when you're spraying your seeds and everything down, your plants, and if you accidentally spray an outlet or whatever you have plugged in, you want to make sure that's GFI protected. All right, so we take our seed tray and we're just going to set it in there. So now we just put the lid on. We got our plastic dome lid. We're going to use this and we're going to put it on it. And we're just gonna basically let that sit. And what we want to do too is also grab another tray. You're gonna go through a lot of these trays. You're gonna use them for everything. So if you order some, order a 25 pack. I usually order the 25 packs, and I should probably order them more in bulk, but for some reason, I just always order the 25 packs, and then a couple months later, I end up ordering more of them again. So what we're going to do is we want to put this on top of the plastic dome lid to, keep these sealed away from all the dark. We want to keep these sealed, and so no light can come in. And I'll have to get a towel for that one. But I usually keep the lights off here anyway, so I probably really don't need a towel on it. So in about a week, they should be sprouting up. Actually, they should probably, within a couple of days, they should probably be sprouting up. You can pull the black cover off of it and just leave the dome on it, and then you're gonna have to introduce some LED lights or some grow lights, or whatnot. But that's how I plant my peppers. One of the ways I plant my peppers. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you need to subscribe down below. Leave a comment. Let me know your other ways of planting. My methods aren't the right way or wrong way. These are just my methods. I'm Philip Bridges, and I will talk to you later.